Hello and welcome to our show today. We're so glad that you're here. And you know what? We're glad we're here too. This is our daily Reset for Success series. And today we are here to help us all reset our lives so we can live a healthier, happier, more creative, and prosperous life. And our co-hosts today are Lady Lou, the baby boomer babe.
Hello.
And Ross Brand. Hey, Ross.
Hey, thanks for having me back.
Oh, yes, that's right. This is part 2 of the live streaming at its best.
Yeah.
And we've got some news.
Yeah, we do. I said I would come back with something interesting for StreamYard, and we now have mobile hosting.
Yes.
So if you're using the platform that Marian and Lady Lou are using to do the show, you can now recreate the same kind of show on your mobile device.
Heaven on earth. And I don't even have a cell phone, but Marian does.
It's great either from a tablet or from a phone. It works on iOS and it works on Android. And basically you use your native mobile browser. So if you're on Android, just use the regular Android web browser. If you're on an iOS device, use Safari. And you can use earbuds, or you can plug headphones in, as long as you've got one of these little microphones on here that you can talk into. You can't use a regular microphone on iOS, but you can use earbuds, and it sounds AirPods, whatever, and it sounds great. And it looks good, and it's amazing. You can set up the show with your banners and your scrolling text and all that stuff, just like you would on desktop. So it's like a seamless transition.
It's a dream come true, Ross. It's a dream come true. Okay, so my first question on live streaming when you're on the go with your cell phone or your iPad or whatever it is you have is, if you're going to interview someone, what kind of microphone, how would you set that up?
That's an interesting question, because normally what I would do is I would use a handheld mic. But if I'm going to use StreamYard to host it, I would probably use some type of earbuds, maybe with like a splitter or something, so I give my guest one side to talk into and me one side to talk into. I'm thinking this through, because generally when I'm using StreamYard, it's about bringing on a guest from somewhere else, is how I think about it. For an in-person interview on the go, you know what I would probably do? Scratch all that.
Okay.
If I've got you here, okay, I'm thinking this through in real time. I've got you here.
Thank you.
I'm not using a microphone. I'm using my phone's built-in mic. And we're both standing here talking, and just like if I was using a handheld mic, except I'm just holding the phone between the two of us, getting the two of us in the picture. The mics built into these phones are actually pretty good. So that's what I would do. Now, if I have a guest on, obviously I want to use earbuds so that I can hear you if in the street where it's busy, or I don't your voice doesn't echo back through my microphone. But if I'm interviewing you in person, hey, let's just take the phone. It's got great picture. If you have a little tripod or something to stabilize it with, that's great. But the built-in mic in the phone is fine for that. And again, if you have a guest, then use your earbuds or AirPods or that kind of thing, where you have your little mic here and you've got your earbuds, and that way you'll get good sound for that.
Good idea. Okay, so one of the things that I have found about having a tripod is it's never quite high enough. You have to get down, to be eye level with it, or you have to find something, long and wide to prop it up. Have you come across any hacks for getting the tripod up a little higher?
Are you talking about when you're holding it, or when you're placing it on a table or a desk?
Well, if you're outside, as you can tell, I plan on going some places, and I want to be able to, talk to people. while I'm outside, but I don't want to hold my phone. That's, come on. Nobody
right.
wants that, right? So I'm thinking, okay, I have 2 tripods, but they're not high enough to be eye level.
So now, if I'm interviewing you in person, there's a good chance I'll just hold the mini tripod like this while I'm interviewing you, or I'll put it down on a table, and just angle the phone the best I can. I know it's not as easy on my desk here. My tall tripods that I could be eye level or more, my lights get the first priority on those. So my mini tripod, like 11-inch tripod, I have my textbooks all piled up, and then I put the tripod on top of that so that it's close to being eye level, and probably can come up with a better set. But in the small space I have, that works. But in terms of when you're in person, the best is to just adjust your chair back or forward. If you put it on a table, if you move back a little bit, then you'll be a little more. Or if you're too low, then you move forward a little more, and that's how you can do it without getting too far, again, because you're using the built-in microphone. But they're pretty good. They're really pretty good, the ones that you have in your phone.
I had to mute Lady Lou because there was quite a bit of squalling going on there. Not that we mind. We love Blackie, but he was getting kind of loud there. So just give me the thumbs up when he quits meowing, and I'll let you back in. Okay, so one of the things that I really wanted to talk with you about today, Ross, is about how we get started if we're not used to doing video, but we really want to. And I know you're an expert, and you have training classes and courses and all kinds of things going on. So could you start by helping us figure out, how do we get started when we don't know how, or we're scared of the video camera?
Sure. Well, first of all, you don't have to be on video to use live video. You can use this, for example, in StreamYard. I could go audio only, and there you have my avatar, and it moves when I talk, that little circle around it. I put a picture up, and so you could do an audio only broadcast, or you could create a recorded video and then use images or B-roll and such, in order, if you really didn't want to be on camera. The other thing is, with, say, a phone, you can turn your phone to face outward, and you can give people a tour using either just the video or using your voice to describe what people are seeing, to add some context to engage with your viewers, and not actually be on camera. Having said that, people want to connect with you, the person. They want to see you. They want to get a sense of who you are, what you're like, and have that access to you. That's really what's powerful about all this. So start simple. Stories on Facebook and Instagram are a wonderful way to do a 10, 15, 20-second video and then delete it. Because it's almost like live, but it's not live, right? It's like live in that you record a quick video, you don't edit it, and either you post it or you go, I'm not happy with that. Let's get rid of it and put it back up. So that's a great way to practice. But I would say, for going live, go live on your Facebook personal profile. Talk to your friends and family. Talk about something that you're passionate about. Prepare what you want to say, your first line, prepare your last line, and then talk about something maybe not related to your business or your industry the first few times. Just have fun talking about something you're interested in or passionate about, and get comfortable. And you do that over and over again, and eventually you'll start to feel comfortable to where you say, okay, now I can talk about something going on in my industry related to my business, and then start to think about maybe moving over to your Facebook page, where people have actually opted in to hear content related to your business, maybe customers or potential customers, and they can find you. You might not get as many people watching on a business page, especially in the beginning, but those that do watch or do come by to check out your page at some point can then find that video with you in it, and it may help them decide that, yes, you're somebody they'd like to do business with.
Excellent. Well, Karen seems to like the cat, Lady Lou. And I see her hand over there like,
I'm talking to it.
Shut up. That's funny.
Not listening so far, huh?
No, he's doing pretty good.
Oh,
Doing
good.
pretty good, yeah. Yeah. It was better than a dog barking, let's face it. Oh, gosh. Oh, okay. So one of the ways that a lot of people get started is with their voice. They start with a podcast, or like you were on the radio, you were a radio show host. And so when you started doing video, were you a little nervous?
Oh, absolutely. When I did my first
even
live
the
stream,
expert is nervous.
when I did my first live stream show, I had hardly used a webcam or anything before, and I was quite nervous the first time I was, but it was only about the video side. And, I didn't really know much about video technology, so I'm using the built-in camera in my laptop, which is fine to get started, right? I'm just using whatever lighting I have in my environment. You can start simply. Ultimately, it is about your personality and the audio in terms of what you're communicating with your voice. If the picture went out and our voices are still here, our conversation continues as though, just as it is right now, and people can still get the value from it. If our audio goes out, there's really not that much of a show left, right? Most of the value is in what we have to say, and then the visual adds something to it. And the visual is important, particularly on social media, because you've got to stop people from scrolling, right? And people decide what to stop scrolling on based on what they see. And when they see you live and talking and, maybe with a guest or somebody else, or a banner on there, or Marian making faces and things like that, they go, okay, this kind of looks like fun. Maybe I'll stop here, or, I don't want to miss this while it's live. But on the technical side, you can keep it really simple, like tools like you're using right now, StreamYard, which, full disclosure, I host a show for StreamYard called StreamYard Connect. But it makes it really easy. I was a big StreamYard user even before I started doing the show, because I like to be able to get my guests on quickly with just a link. I don't want to do too heavy a production when I'm going live and doing an interview or presenting some information or whatever I'm doing. So it lets you focus on that, but you still have all these cool little things that you can do. Like you can put the banner on the bottom with text. You can have the scrolling text go by. You have your logo up on the right side. You've added a gradient background to the video. You can also use custom overlays to brand things the way you want. So there's a lot you can do with it, but the tool kind of right out of the box works very well. There's an overlay, an image overlay, and you can also play video clips of up to 5 minutes from inside the dashboard, so to speak, or inside the studio. And then also you can share your screen. You can use a green screen. Not really in a studio. I'm actually just sitting in front of a green screen right now. So there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with StreamYard as you grow and you want to add elements to your broadcast. But the main pillars, the ease of use, stability, and professional looking live streams kind of stay the same whether you're a newbie or you're an advanced user of the product.
Wow. So you had told us a little earlier before we came on air that you actually have classes on using StreamYard. Could you talk a little bit about that, please?
Well, my class is on getting started with live streaming, so it could be for people using any platform. But we do have one session that's pretty much devoted to StreamYard for people who are new, because it's just the best way to get going. It makes it easy. It's going to look pretty good out of the box. It's going to sound pretty good. and there's a lot you can do with it. And so my courses, I do with a colleague, Joe Pardo, and it's called Master Live Streaming in 6 weeks. And the idea is to take you from either not having done it or just getting started to being ready to host your show, put on your virtual event, or be a guest on shows and feel confident in your audio and your video and your lighting and in the basic structure of a broadcast that works, and promoting and all the different elements. And then we have an advanced course as well where we do a deeper dive into things like booking guests and interviewing and repurposing content and so forth. But the Master Live Streaming class, the 6-week one, has one session that's focused on StreamYard. So yeah, you can definitely learn everything you need to know about StreamYard.
And Ross really would like you to come to his Facebook page and message him and let him know that you're interested in this. And when they start promoting this new class, they'll get a hold of you and let you know. So if you go to facebook.com/Ross, ROSS.brand, BRAND.509, then he'll let you know when he's getting ready to do a class. And I'm sure you have other classes too, especially, coming up, like how to use your mobile on live stream. And
that'll do. I just did a great walkthrough. I think it's a great walkthrough. Maybe it's not. But I did a walkthrough in my most recent live stream show for StreamYard Connect, which is on the StreamYard Facebook page. So if you're looking to see what the mobile layout is like and the steps to set it up and get going with it, you can just watch basically the beginning of that show, and that'll walk you through how to use mobile.
Oh,
I will say that using mobile...
There goes the cat.
That's awesome.
Come on. He wanted to be in
mobile
the
is
picture.
easy if you've used the desktop. If you've used it already, you're going to find it's very familiar. I mean, it's one of the geniuses of the design that they did. The user interface is so familiar. Things might be in a menu or something, but it's so intuitive to figure out where to go. But that little intro to the show, it's like maybe 3 or 5 minutes I walk through. That'll give you everything you need to get started on mobile.
Now, your website is livestreamuniverse.com. Is that where they can see some of your information?
Yeah, that's what they can learn about me there. You can message me through the website, and a lot of my past shows are there. Not my most recent one, that's still on Facebook, but there'll be blog posts and shows and other things to enjoy over there.
Another thing I love is that you can go straight to livestreamuniverse.com/StreamYard to get started using StreamYard. And you could try it out yourself and then take his class, and you'll get clarification on a lot of stuff. Because anytime you teach yourself, I'm a self-taught everything. Anytime you teach yourself, it does take longer. And you might miss some of the cute little tricks and the things that people like Ross have come up with. So I highly recommend that you go to livestreamuniverse.com and check him out, and also go to his Facebook page, which is facebook.com/ross.brand.509.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Are you kidding? Well, you're one of my mentors. Okay.
Thank
So
you.
I try to keep up with all the cool things that you're doing, and you're everywhere. You're on, every platform that I'm on, you're there. So I can't miss you.
It's that social media thing. Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube. You do Pinterest? I'm on Pinterest too now.
I'm on there,
more.
but it's, I don't know.
I've been on there since 2012, and every year and a half, I come back and I'm like, I have an account here, and I clean it up a little bit and make sure there's a recent board or whatever. Well, I came back, and sometime in the last year and a half, they added video. And so now I've been putting little video clips on my
I didn't know.
board.
See?
Don't tell me. But some of them do pretty well. Some of them just get like 5 views or whatever. But some of them got I got a couple that got like 2,000 views.
I better
on
make
there.
myself a note
So-
here. Okay.
When I'm doing my rounds, posting a 15-second or 30-second or 1-minute clip from a recent show, I might just put it on Pinterest too, because why not, right? And a lot of times when these platforms add video, they want you to use video. So at least in the beginning, they give you the benefit of video in their algorithm. And I think maybe it's a year now that they've had video. I'm not sure exactly when they added it, but nonetheless, it seems pretty new, and people aren't talking about it a lot because I didn't really know anything about it until I went over there and took a look at my account. But I think most of my pinning and using it took place like 2012 and 2013 or something, and then like now I've kind of refreshed a little bit more, and I realize it could be worthwhile for just a pin or two every day or every other day. Keep it going and put a little video clip there if I'm sharing a video clip elsewhere.
Okay. Well, I didn't know.
You didn't
that,
expect Pinterest talk from me when you booked this.
Why not?
Yeah, well, they do say that you really need to focus in on a few social medias. But like you, I'm on every channel that is out there. I'm even addicted to TikTok now. Okay. I can't believe I said that, but I'm amazed at some of these people. I mean, oh my God. I mean, their skills for editing that video is just amazing, or at least that they have some kind of video editing software that I didn't know about. It's like, whoa.
I haven't tried TikTok yet.
What? You're going to be addicted just like I am. You will not believe it.
Uh-oh.
You won't believe
That's
it.
scaring me. I can't.
You
I
won't
don't have
believe
time
it.
for another platform.
I thought, oh, that's for kids. I'm not going to, but I had to try it because, I teach technology. So I got to go and try it because they're going to ask me about it, right?
Right.
Oh, my God.
Now they have live streaming on TikTok, which I didn't really realize, but I saw some articles that were writing about how some like brands in the fashion industry were actually live streaming on TikTok
it's big.
and seeing results.
It's huge. Some of the people I follow, on like Dancing with the Stars, some of those people are just they're killing it. And I haven't done any myself yet. I'm still like watching. So as my partner left this morning, she's like, "You're addicted to that TikTok, aren't you?" And I'm like, "Yes." And she hears me laughing. It's hilarious. Oh my God. Oh my, you have to try it, Ross, and then let me know what you think when you do. Okay. Okay.
Oh. All right, maybe I'll take a look and see what's going on there. I haven't done Snapchat is one that I've mostly kept away from. I haven't been in my I went on Snapchat for a few minutes. Didn't like it too much.
Yeah.
Feel like I like that I didn't like you couldn't link out from it or anything, and it seemed too distracting. And so I haven't been back in my Snapchat account in like 4 years.
Yeah, me either. No.
And I don't think I made the wrong decision on that one.
I think you're right. Well, I heard, I don't know if this is true, I heard it was Vine, and Vine was taken over by TikTok. So I don't know if that means anything or if that's true, but that's what I heard.
Now, Vine was funny. Vine had a lot of short clips, like 6-second clips that were very funny. Of course, it was sort of the same few people, I think, that I was following who were always putting content, and everybody else, like, claimed their Vine account and then did one or two, and like, I don't know if I'm going to waste time on this.
Right.
But, yeah, I mean, there's so many that have come and go when you think about the video world.
That's true. That's true. Let's talk a little bit more about live streaming and what people should be focused on. Let's say they just starting a brand new business because they were laid off with the COVID stuff, right? And they're sitting at home thinking, I think I'm going to start a business, coaching or whatever they were doing in real life. They're going to do it online now. What do you think they should start with when you're talking about live streaming? What should they do?
I think live streaming presents a great opportunity while you're building recognition for what you're doing. You're building, that brand recognition, right? Rather than wait until you build up your social accounts and your website is exactly the way you want it to be, you can go live on your personal profile, your business page. Just talk a little bit about what you're doing, what you're looking to offer, what your background is. Get people kind of involved in your story just as you're going about setting up your business. And remember, if 10 people watch and one sets up a call to potentially become a client, now you've had a very successful live stream. And I always like to say, I think there should be a mix of content, but having a show with a regular time and a regular day, don't be overly ambitious. Start with a weekly show, have it at the same time, the same day of the week, and give it a name and promote the bleep, bleep, bleep out of it. And when you do that, you're going to find that people start to get used to it and it becomes part of the habit. And as they enjoy what you're doing, they're going to come back as long as you promote it, and then you can share clips from it on your social. But here's the other thing. You're facilitating conversations that are helpful to people who would need your product and service. So you're having on guests, for example, who can speak to something that people who needed a coaching in that area would be interested in learning about. And then you're maybe going live from time to time in between your shows, and you could be doing more like Q&A, ask me anything, let me show you how this cool tool works. If you have any questions about whatever area you're coaching in, let people ask you questions. You're able to demonstrate how you help somebody, how you solve a problem. I think it's a quicker time to market in a lot of ways, starting up a live stream show, than trying to build an Instagram following or a Facebook. Of course, you're doing that simultaneously. You're going to have a social outreach on these platforms, but live streaming is a way to start engaging one-on-one through the interactivity of live video with potential customers and clients right away. And I think if you can provide value and you can be interesting, compelling, friendly, funny, whatever it is that makes you and makes people relate to you, then it works as a show and it works as, a way to pull people into your business as well. And as they come back and they learn about what you do and they get to know you, when they need that product or service that you have, you're going to be top of mind because they have a relationship with you from showing up to your show, from answering questions that they've had along the way. And your weekly show may have a guest on it, but you still want to bring in some questions from the chat and help people and solve their problems or address their areas of interest. I know this is a lot of stuff here, but the basic is get started and start doing it, and let people know when and where they can find you. And then at other times go live and do a little more, little less show, a little more I'm here to help kind of live stream.
Right. Well, I'd like to, in the little time that we have left, I'd like to talk to you about having guests on, because Lady Lou and I, we stream live almost every day. And we typically will have a guest on. Like Monday, we have the work from home, and we may have a guest on that wants to talk about how they're working from home, or how they have opportunities for you to work from home. And then on Tuesday nights, we have 3 guests on. And then on Wednesday, we may have 1 guest, Thursday 1, Friday 1. And typically, at least once a week, we have somebody who, it's terrible, okay? Their sound is bad, their lighting is bad, their internet is bad. And Lady Lou takes time. She takes hours trying to educate them on not using their phone or not using, getting close to a router if they're not plugged in. And still yet, we have this problem. What can we do? Do you have any suggestion? Because it's really sad. Yesterday we had a CEO of a major corporation on, and his internet was so bad that if it wasn't him, I would have just said, okay, sorry, bye.
Right. And so you're sending them an email telling them what they need to do, best
And she talks
practices.
to him on the phone, too.
Talk to them on the phone. They come on early. They get set up. That's a tough one. One thing I'm fortunate about for what I do is that most of the people I interview are live streamers and podcasters and video creators. So you would expect them to kind of know what needs to be done. One thing you could look for, and I don't know how big the pool is, but you could look for guests who can speak to the same topic as other guests you might have on who are already live streamers or podcasters or content creators or have a YouTube channel or whatever. And then you see, okay, they seem to know how this works. And so if I have a choice of, say, having two authors on, and one author doesn't look like they have any video footprint, and the other author looks like they're doing interviews all the time, and the interviews technically sound good, then I'm probably going to go with the person who's going to be easier to get to a level where the broadcast is good. What to do when that isn't the case? You have to be nice, but nudge a little bit. Like, you have a laptop? Yes. Use your laptop, not your phone. Can you plug your internet in? Yes, please plug your internet in. Now you want to use headphones or earbuds. If you don't have a microphone, use earbuds. Don't move around a lot. Find a quiet environment. At some point, you really can't overcome bad internet, right? I mean, bad internet to good internet can do more than, bad gear to good gear, right? Like, if the internet is not good enough to really transfer the content, their voice, their video, then it's not a lot you can do with it if they're in an area with really bad bandwidth. Yeah. But I don't know if that's always the case with everybody. I think people certainly should have the opportunity, the availability to hardwire at this point their computer. I mean, I always feel like, well, this isn't the only time the CEO has to do video, right? He probably has to be on a Zoom call. He probably has to, meet with some high-level people from other companies and whatever, and can't afford to have his video go out. So I'm not in any way attacking this CEO, but I know that people who are in big positions, they often have a way to find a way when they want to, right? They have a company full of people that she can go to and say, okay, bring a tech person in, bring somebody else, set up my internet. Can you wire me for 1:30 to 2 or 1 to 1:30 or whatever? It's a very delicate situation because you want to have them on, you want to build a good relationship, but at the same time, you want to provide value to your audience, and you want them to look good. So you have to appeal to their best interest, their vanity, their career interest. Hey, I don't want to be a pain on this, but I want this to come across well for you. This is the way you'll look and sound good if you take these steps. It's not an easy one to navigate. No. It really isn't, because somebody's coming on the show in the middle of a busy working day, and you don't want to burden them or, boss them around or what have you. At the same time, if it's not good, it doesn't help them, it doesn't help you, it doesn't help your audience. So I wish I had an easy answer like snap your finger and they plug in their hardwire and all of a sudden their internet's great. But you'd think somebody like a CEO of a big company would have somebody on staff that they could go, please bring me an Ethernet wire and figure out how I can connect this so that my audio doesn't keep dropping.
Yeah, we'll do that again, right, Lady Lou?
Well, we must have him back on, but Marian and I have already talked about it. We're going to give him some not ordered.
Well, no, wait a minute. No, wait a minute, Lady Lou. Now that we have mobile, I can go to him when the COVID thing's over, of course.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah.
That's another way to ameliorate those issues is just go interview the person in person and bring your bring your kit, and you know how to get on, and you know how to set it up, and you know what gear to bring in order to interview them. And you
Yeah.
can use mobile. You could even bring a laptop if you want to use, that setup. You could do either way.
There you go.
Oh, wow. Well, we appreciate knowing all this because we just feel so bad when the interview itself was good. It was just that the video was not good because of his mouth going one way and his words going another.
And the delay. Oh my God, that was horrible.
Was the audio okay?
The audio was okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You could always repurpose the audio, right? And then
Oh, we did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we put it on a podcast. So
There
the
you go.
podcasts are good. Oh gosh, Ross, we have had such a good time today. Thank you for being here again.
Well,
we love
thanks so
you.
much for having me back, and thanks for letting everybody know about mobile on StreamYard. If you haven't started using StreamYard, now's a great time because you can go live either from a desktop, a laptop, a tablet, or a mobile phone, and you can create the same look. It's not like, when I'm live on my desktop, it looks one way, and then if I'm live on my mobile, it's a totally different layout and look. You can really create a lot of what you're doing on desktop on your mobile phone, which is amazing.
That's perfect. Well, have they got anything new coming out later?
There's more to come. There's more to come that they're working on.
Well, keep us informed. We'll have you back.
Yeah, definitely. Next big update, I'd love to come back and talk about it.
Let us know because sometimes we miss them. So let us know. Oh,
Will
thanks
do.
again. We appreciate you so much, Ross.
Thank you both for having me on
Thank
again,
you.
Lady Lou
Thank
and
you.
Marian. It's awesome, and I always enjoy your show and
thank
just
you.
everything that you're doing with live streaming. It's great.
We enjoy doing it, and we love our audience. We thank everyone else for being here, and thank Marian for all her technical wizardry. And see, now you're a wizard, Marian. So we'll let you go and see you on down the road. Bye for now.